All right, guys. Just hit the 2 minute warning. Seahawks have the ball. They're down 10. Trying to drive to have a last gasp at something here. We're not going to win. This one's over. 23-13 Arizona. The final score may end up being a little different depending on what happens here, but we're not going to win. This one's over in terms of the actual meaningful result. And in a bigger picture sense, while we did get some favorable results in the early games, the Vikings won and the Niners won, so both those teams are starting to assert themselves as being among the second tier of NFC teams. So this season, we're not going to make the playoffs. This season is over. And I just feel like going ahead and pumping this video out now. I'm still watching the last couple minutes here. We're going to have a fourth down in a second here, but yeah. To sum it up, the game was atrocious. If we end up losing this game by 3 points, which is possible if we end up getting this touchdown here, then it is laughable that a performance this bad, a game where you get outplayed this savagely, ends in a 3-point loss. And it goes to show you that the scoreboard and the box score can really deceive you in games like this. And we can talk about the offense beyond pathetic on every level possible. Incomplete. Cardinals taking over. That's it. We can talk about the defense getting humiliated and embarrassed and just plain just plain yeeted on by a backup quarterback after the first positive things I've had to say about them in like 9 or 10 months. But all you need to know about this game, all you really need to know about this game is that, for all intents and purposes, this was a do-or-die game to keep the season on the line. Your season is on the line for the Seahawks today. Season on the line. And this was the effort they came out there with. At home, against a backup quarterback. And if that does not convince you that we need to blow this thing up, then nothing will, and I have zero interest in discussing it with you. So, to drill down into it a little bit, game starts and the offensive line is getting their ass beat. They give up 2 sacks on the first drive. Rashad Penny has a great play and then he immediately gets hurt. And Rashad Penny, just retire from football. You cannot do it. I feel bad for Rashad Penny. He is going to die on the football field because somebody hit him awkwardly. That is how delicate this guy is. This guy is... he's more delicate than a Wi-Fi connection in rural middle America. It's unbelievable. And I honestly just feel bad for him, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, so, okay, offense starts bad, but hey, we got Colt McCoy. We got this defense playing great for the last month. We got no D-Hop. We got no Chase Edmonds. Hell, if you want to throw it in, you got no Justin Pugh either. So, of course, we send our defense out there. They're going to make plays. They're going to win this game. They're going to give us a chance. Yeah. 86 yards, 16 plays. Right up our butts. Okay, yeah, the PI call on Trey Brown was kind of weak, and I wasn't happy about that one, but it doesn't matter, even with that play. Colt McCoy, a career backup quarterback? Really? That's how you start the game? This defense loses every excuse I can make for them, like last week when they gave up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but I didn't care because the offense didn't support them at all. This game? No. 0 excuses for this defense. You did it to yourself. You were on the field for 80 plays in this game because you gave up long drives in the first half. That is completely your fault. They get no sympathy from me, and I have half a mind to take down my video praising the defense that I posted last week because every single positive thing that I was saying about them just went out the window. So pretend I never said it. Because that effort in this game with everything on the line completely undoes it, as far as I'm concerned. It's like it didn't happen. You show up like that in a game with your season on the line. No, your defense is right back to square one. Ken Norton, I take everything back. You do suck. I'm sorry for thinking that you didn't suck for a minute there. Pete Carroll, you suck too. I'm sorry for saying nice things about you. You don't deserve it. They gave up another touchdown drive. I mean, the only reason why Cardinals didn't drop 50 on us was because they barely ever had the ball because their drives took forever. They had the ball for 10 minutes every time they got the ball almost. So, tackling, not good. Pass rush. Okay, pass rush. They had a couple moments here and there. Shout out to Brian Monet. He had a good game. I like Monet. I'll give my props to that dude, I guess. But Jordan Brooks, man. I know, I understand that they were not in the easiest situation ever because they lost their cornerbacks, but I don't want to hear nothing about injuries right now. Cardinals put together an offensive game plan that worked and got them yards and got them points and won them the game with Colt McCoy. So I better not hear a word about injuries with this team. Okay, yeah, Trey Brown going out sucks. I was upset about that. That was really unfortunate. It sucks to not have either of your starting cornerbacks. But if Arizona can find a way to build a game plan around Colt McCoy, then you better find a way to build a defensive game plan around backup cornerbacks. Especially when the real problem today was the linebackers. They were making plays on our linebackers all day long. Don't tell me nothing about Wagner and Brooks. Those guys are healthy. Those guys are out there. And, you know, Jamal Adams plays a good game, plays really solidly for 58 minutes, 57 minutes. And then, you know, all anybody's going to remember now, and to a certain extent rightfully so, is the pass interference call, where you could not have made it more obvious. I had a bunch of people in my Discord trying to tell me that's a weak call, that's a weak call. No, it's not. It's not. He could not have made it more obvious. He grabbed the hip. He basically fell on him. Like, how obvious are you going to make it? Even if it's not PI, you made it look like PI. So I don't know what to say about that. I'm not really a Jamal defender, but I have praised Jamal for playing pretty well recently, but just let him go. If he catches it, he catches it at that point, but you're not helping by committing a penalty. Like, just let him go up for the pass that was, by the way, high, and he probably wasn't going to be able to get it. Let him go. He's not going to catch it. Everything's fine. Um, I think I saw a play tonight where Jordan Brooks was lined up as an outside corner, and of course the Cardinals ran the play right at him. They threw a fade route to him in the end zone because they actually have good coaches and understand to attack things like that when they see it. So it ended up not mattering, I know, but the fact that Jordan Brooks lining up at outside corner is your plan is a problem. And it just goes to show that it's time to clean house. It's time to completely clean house on every level. This team is stupid. This team is dumb. And that play encapsulates it. And the offense. I was almost scared when we scored that touchdown at the end. When we scored our only touchdown of the last two games. Because I was thinking to myself, you know, we might really win this game now. And then I'm going to have to get on here and talk about this game as a win. How am I going to do that? How am I going to talk about this game as a win? How? How can you play this bad and still win against a good team that is well coached? So, I'm pissed we lost because we had a chance to win there at the end. Of course, I wanted to win. But in a way, at least I get to talk about this game in a way that makes sense. This game was one or two plays away from turning into the NFC title game against the Packers, where you play awful for 3 hours and then find a way to win, and then you're just trying to process that. Offensive line, Some plays it's there, but some plays it's just, my God, man, turnstiles out there. Chandler Jones just having a good old time. So we need to trade every draft pick we have for the next 8 years to bring Chandler Jones to Seattle, because if he got to play half his games in Lumen Field, he would probably have 40 sacks in a season. He would probably win MVP. The run blocking, some plays it's there, but other plays it's just not there. It's up, it's down, it's so inconsistent. I mean, you had that one play, the 50-yard pass to Lockett, or the 48-yard pass to Lockett, and the offensive line holds up in pass blocking for like 7 seconds, just giving Wilson all day. And then you have other plays where Brandon Shell and Damian Lewis get, or not, no, Gabe Jackson and Brandon Shell just get completely tripped up by a stunt, and nobody touches the pass rusher on his way to Wilson. Just messy. Metcalf had a couple of opportunities to make big plays. Not easy plays. Not easy plays. I know. I'm not killing Metcalf, but he had a couple opportunities to make big plays in this game. Didn't do it. I thought one of them probably should have been pass interference, but it wasn't. Will Dissly had a big drop on a 2nd down and 10 that would have been a first down, turned into a punt. I like Dissly. I'm not here to kill him for one drop, probably the only drop he'll have this whole season, but you got to catch that. We needed that play. So there's just all kinds of stuff, but we got to talk about the stuff that really matters here. The stuff that we kind of have to make a decision on, a bigger picture decision on. And I'm talking about the quarterback. And oh boy, where do we start? So, should he be out there? That's a question that really needs to be pondered right now. That's something that we need an answer on. I saw him miss a lot of easy passes by a large margin. I saw him overthrow open people badly. I saw him do things that clearly indicated to me the finger was not right. And granted, as the game went on, I think he improved a little bit in that regard. But then you start to see some of the bad decisions. 2 red zone trips in that first half. He's got open players in the end zone, but he locks in on on the first guy that he looked at. Make a play. Come on. Just make the easy play. Just make the simple play. Get it to Everett, wide open underneath. Get it to Travis Homer, wide open underneath. Why are you audibling into a play where you just chuck it up to DK Metcalf 50 yards down the field in double coverage? When over and over again, it seems like those little checkdowns to the tight ends, they're working. Yeah, I know Dissly dropped 1, but it's working fundamentally. Just keep going back to it. You get 3 chances to get a first down in this league. You don't have to be Superman on every single play. You're not going to save the day on every single snap, buddy. 1 or 2 of the sacks were him holding on to the ball too long, which, I mean, I'm used to it, but it doesn't make it okay. So I am very skeptical right now. I am extremely skeptical right now about our ability to make this work. Right now, I see a quarterback who needs to go. And I see a quarterback who is losing his trade value very quickly here. These are things that he should understand by now. These are things that he needs to understand by right now, and I don't think he understands them. He doesn't understand that, hey, you're getting things going underneath. You can check down the Cardinals to death all day. They're going to let you do that for a lot of this game. You don't need to audible to a 50-yard chuck to Metcalf in double coverage. It's fine. Just take what the defense is giving you. He doesn't get it. And then at the end of the game on that last touchdown drive, he kind of merges those 2 things together where he does take this simple stuff and then he peppers in the 50-yarder to Lockett, and you're like, wow. He might be getting this, and then you look at the whole game and it's like, well, is one drive really good enough to salvage a person? At this point in his career, can we look at one drive and go, okay, I think he's about to get this. I think he's about to understand what he has to do to be a winning quarterback in this league right now. Doesn't seem like it to me. But forget all of that stuff for a second here. Forget about the offensive line. Forget about the play calling, which was, I was certainly not in love with it today. Forget about the quarterback playing bad. Forget about the running backs playing bad. Forget about the defense being gutless. Forget about the long drives. Forget about the lack of turnovers. Forget about Sidney Jones dropping his chance to actually make a game-changing play. Forget all that. All you need to know is that this team had their season on the line today against a division rival at home with a backup quarterback, and that was the effort they had. Offense, less than 300 yards. Close to 250, I think. I think we had like 250 yards of offense in this game, 260 maybe. Defense gives up 400 plus. Long touchdown drives allowed on this defense in the first drive of the game. I don't know what else you need to see other than that to know that Carroll, you're cooked. I don't want to say this team quit, but this team did not show the passion and effort and fight that you need to show in a game like this, in a moment like this, trying to save your damn season. So, Carroll got to go. If you can't get these guys up for this game, you got nothing left that I want. Carroll, go. Schneider, go. Clean out this whole coaching staff. I can't think of anybody on this coaching staff that you can definitively say is doing an excellent job right now. So you may as well clear them out. Wilson, out. I'm tired of waiting for you to figure this stuff out. And we need a purge. We need to start over. We need to completely start this over. With the effort that I saw tonight, Carroll honestly deserves to get fired before midnight tonight. He does. Don't let anyone make you think otherwise. Carroll deserves to get fired tonight for this pitiful effort by his team with the season on the line. He won't be. I understand you want to play this season out with the guys. You don't want to do a change ships mid-season, and that's fine. But before I go, let me just say this. If this team goes on a run at the end of the season to finish like 7-10, like they win their last 4 games, I better not see anybody in this fan base or this organization talking themselves into, oh, well, they figured it out. They just waited too long. That's some Dan Quinn shit. That's what Dan Quinn did with the Falcons, and we all saw what that got them. Another wasted season. All right. Stream tonight. Second half of the Sunday night game. We'll talk about it. Definitely come on by if you can. But as fans, we just got to watch this season play out. It's not going to go where we want it to go. That's become very obvious at this point. However, as fans, we got to do what we can to try to affect the change that we want. So, that pathetic effort tonight, and I know the team did not quit, but game flow, I'm telling you right now, if not for game flow, we would have gotten blown out by 4 touchdowns in this game. So, don't get fooled by that final score. Don't go to games. Do not go to games right now. This team does not deserve you spending all that money and all that time and all that effort. Okay? I will pay money to see a bad team, but I will not pay money to see a team that is bad under these circumstances. That's unacceptable. And if you do have to go to the games for some reason, if you decide to, do whatever you can to make your voice heard that you want change, that you don't accept this. You shouldn't accept this. You should not accept this as just, oh, it's all because Wilson got hurt, or it's all because of bad luck, or it's all because of the refs. I mean that. I know the refs were bad tonight. I can think of several calls that went against us that I am not happy about, but that's not why we lost. That's not why we're having a bad season. We're having a bad season because this team was put together in a dumb way, because the players are not living up to expectations, because the players aren't performing, the coaches aren't getting players prepared. That's why. So, see you guys in stream, but as fans, we got to take the bad season on the chin. We gotta. I mean, I'll keep watching, but this team is not getting any more money from me than I absolutely have to give them. I can tell you that. And as a fan, you should strongly consider doing the same thing yourself, as far as I'm concerned. All right, I'm out. See you guys later. Go Hawks!